Right guys, hope you're all doing well, hope you're all keeping safe. So for the second video for today, I kind of wanted to show you how to get the Capacitor, which is the new Exotic PDR, which is the new weapon variant within Season 4. Now my video earlier on was just showing the reward track and how to get the other exotics in the game, like the Scorpio and stuff, and you just get those from by completing the reward track level 55 for the Scorpio and then level 90 for the waveform, which is the exotic holster. But in terms of the Capacitor, the Exotic PDR, you are going to have to do some stuff, but it's actually really simple, and I did it very quickly. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to head over to the summit, of course, because that is where you are going to be able to get it. Now, once you're here, you'll notice on the top right-hand corner there that we've got select challenges. So what you're going to want to do is just go over to your challenges here, and you'll see on the right-hand side it says challenge reward 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it goes all the way down to challenge reward 30, which you get targeted loot item times 4, exotic cash, etc. But what you'll notice is challenge reward 5 is where you get summit cash and you get the Capacitor. So the best thing for you to do, guys, my advice here is you can only pick 2 challenges at one time. You can only have 1 ascent and 1 tactical. So what I did was I actually picked an ascent one. I believe mine was I had to get to 10 floors completed. I wonder if it shows it on here. I did record the gameplay, but I actually overwrit it by accident, which is why I'm having to show you it afterwards. So what I actually did was floors completed with at least 2 directives active. I did that one. And I also did completed a boss floor without an agent being downed. I played solo and played on normal, so it was very easy, because at the end of the day I only came in here just to get this Capacitor. Now in terms of the other challenges, guys, what I did was I did these 4. I actually did more than I was meant to, but it doesn't really matter. The first one I started off with was the skill kills, and I basically just ran a skill damage. I'll show you the build that I ran. Actually, I've actually got it on here, and I'll get to the Capacitor in a minute, but this is the build that I ran. Really easy. The backpack here with tech support, it just means I just put out the skills and they just did their work, basically. So that was really easy to do. And then the other ones, you know, like I said, they're self-explanatory. You know, there are levels. They do say next to them, like for example, this one says difficulty hard. These were all, I believe, easy. So I also did headshot kills 10, melee kills 5. For this one, grenade kills, and then signature weapon kills, grenade kills, and then headshot kills. So all pretty easy. Now in terms of the grenade kills, a bit of advice for this one. If you're throwing a grenade, for the most part, unless you're shooting an NPC at the same time, for the most part NPCs will just run away from the grenades. So it's a bit frustrating. So what I actually did was, I'm actually running ammo hoarders, which means that I run out of ammo really quickly. And I don't know if this affects how often your specialist weapon ammo drops, but it felt that way for me. And what I'm running is I'm running Technician with the PO-17 launcher. This actually counts towards grenade kills. So I ended up just using this, and for each enemy I just fire one launcher, 1 micro missile, whatever it is. Just fired one of those per enemy. It would drop them straight away, and that was one of my grenade kills. So it actually got me through that very quickly. And then once you've got 5 guys, then there you go. You actually get the PDR. Now I'll just briefly go over this, and I will show you some footage of how this works in combat, and I'll talk about that as well. So I actually got this one here. I did re-roll to get this particular roll because the roll I had before wasn't quite as good. This isn't perfect, of course, but this has got assault rifle damage, damage to armor, and health damage. Now if we take a look at this weapon, it's got an RPM of 700, and it's got a mag size of 41. I mean, we can look at something else here, like this mechanical animal, which has got an RPM of 756, but a total damage of only 78.7. So you can see just how much more damage this Capacitor has. Here's the PDR, which is the standard variant. Now this obviously has 20k less per bullet damage than the Capacitor. The Capacitor does damage, guys. I'm serious. This is such a strong weapon, which you're going to see. Plus also shooting an enemy build stacks to a cap of 40, and for each skill tier gained, you gain 7.5% weapon damage. So for the build that I'm running, I'm actually running 5 skill tiers, which means that I'm getting 37.5% extra weapon damage on top of, I believe it's on top of that 103k. I guess the best way for me to find out is just to do this and see what happens. Oh, it's not actually. Okay, so you are gonna okay, so there you go. So if you want to get the full damage from this, then now it's changed back, and I don't really know why. Okay, so maybe it's not 103k. I think the 103k is when it's at 40 stacks. The standard damage is actually 80.2k, which would make sense because that would match what the PDR gives you. So the 103k is actually when you're at full stacks, which is based on how many skill tiers you have. So for me, it's 37.5, and then also you get that skill damage as well, guys, which is crazy. It's 60% extra skill damage. And let me show you this in action, guys. I'll show you some gameplay of me using this in a control point, and you're going to see just how strong this weapon is. And obviously with a build that I'm working on, this is going to be unbelievably strong. But yeah, that's it for today's video, guys. I just wanted to kind of show you how to get it, show you how easy it is to get, and why you're going to want to get it, because this is going to be one of those weapons that you're going to want to use in any skill damage build with a DPS part. You're going to want to use this. I wouldn't get rid of the M1A because the M1A within sync is still ridiculously strong. It gives you that ranged capability that this capacitor doesn't give you. But this thing is easy to use. You know, it's got a good weapon handling, it's got crit damage, it's got crit chance as part of the mods on this one. So yeah, 10% crit chance, 30% crit damage. We've also got 10% weapon handling and 11 rounds, so it's still 41 in the mag. And look, even if you just compare this to the mechanical animal, it's got a little bit less kind of RPM, and this has only got an extra RPM because of the rate of fire buff. I think the rate of fire is on the 725, possibly. So this is probably competing with the mechanical animal, except for this can get an extra 37.5% weapon damage because of the fact that I'm using 5 skill tiers, and you'll get an extra 60% weapon skill damage. This is crazy. I'll show you the gameplay footage. Thanks very much for watching this one, and peace out. Epic out. Peace out. Doesn't matter. Epic out.